So, Chris, what is your topic?
Mine's gonna be about horror games.
Horror games.
Finally got my first experience at it, and I'm honestly a big fan right now. I was very intrigued. Is it something that we're gonna see kind of progress? Like are we gonna see more horror games? And then, what do you guys actually look for in a horror game?
First of all, yes, we're going to see more horror games. The game that you played, checking it out at youtube.com/Leviathan Gaming Netflix. Check out the Halloween special. Chris played Outlast. There's going to be an Outlast 2.
Oh, yeah.
It was intense. Like, I loved it. I loved every single aspect of it. The fact that it made me jump.
Like, he's playing it, and I knew what was going to happen. That was the whole thing. I'm
I'm
waiting.
You're sitting in the corner like...
I was, scheming almost. I'm like, yes. Open that door. And he goes, oh, no.
Like literally, there's 3 specific spots where I jumped.
It was great each time, too.
But, it also goes into the replayability factor. Like that's something I could play.
Because you'll still be terrifying.
Like, even after I beat it, to go back and play it again would be no problem.
Yeah. And it comes down to the fact of horror games, it depends on the horror game. You got Outlast, it's just terrifying in general. Even, I've replayed that a couple times, and I'm still terrified sometimes. Because it's like, oh, man, it makes you uneasy. Especially when you have the headphones on, you're playing at night.
Dude, those headphones.
And it's just... It's crazy.
Black except for the TV.
And then you're running low on your night vision battery, and you're trying to scramble to find another battery. And then all of a sudden you hear somebody, and you're like, oh, shit. And then I played the DLC for Outlast, and the guy was fucking whistling, like a creepy whistle. And he's like, come out. And I was hiding it. Yeah, I'm telling you, with the DLC, that's why I didn't let you play that one yet. I did you a favor because that DLC was ridiculously crazy. I had to stop playing because I was so terrified of that. Because I got to that part and I'm like, I didn't want to get out of the locker. I hear the whistling and I'm like, nope, fuck this, nope. And I was in a chat with my friend and he just started cracking up on me because I'm like, why would I go out there? He's whistling and he's yelling for me to come out, and And at the point in the game, I had a bad leg, so I was limping, so I could barely run away. God. Classic horror,
Right.
And then there was a section where I had to do a dead sprint, and the guy's doing all this crap, and he's like, "Hey, where are you going?" And then he's still whistling as he's chasing me, and I'm like, "Oh my god!" I was so tense. I'm freaking out. I'm like, "Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!" Yeah, I'm sitting there going like that. And as soon as I got through, and I'm like, oh, thank God. And I put the controller down for a second. I'm like, I'm good. I am good. This was too much. I felt like I was going to have a heart attack. That
I
DLC.
earned my beer.
I did. After I beat that, I'm like, woo! I beat that DLC. I felt good about myself. Even though, anybody watching that probably was like, you try fucking playing that.
Yeah, it's so much different when you're playing.
It's so much,
watching.
yeah, it's so much different from watching and playing. That's why
the suspense
horror games have spoiled horror movies for me.
Yeah,
I don't
to experience it.
I don't care about watching horror movies.
That's why there's
that's why
I think there's going to be a plethora of horror games in VR because it's it's a
yeah.
whole new experience.
I mean, and I've said this on other
VR
shows.
It's horrible.
VR is going to be fucking crazy.
I
played Alien Isolation on it. Terrified. I'm not going to go through the whole story. I did that last episode. Well, episode ago. But then I always fucking say the story.
But
it's insane. It's going to be insane. Even with the one that they showed at E3 this year with the kitchen. Oh my God. And you were tied up. And there was this girl running around and it was dark. And you're looking around and you felt because you had the move controllers. So, they said, okay, well, just put your arms, like you would be sitting down. I'm like, okay. And then, I'm sitting there and, I had the headphone on. I'm like, what the fuck is happening? They put the headphones on me, and I'm like, what the hell is happening? I hear little footsteps, running around. And I'm looking around. I'm like, this is fucking crazy. And then I tried to move, and I felt like I was stuck to the chair, even though I wasn't. So I'm sitting there, trying to do this, move the controller up, and I'm like, I can't move. This is fucking crazy. I can't move. And I knew my hands were going like this, and it wasn't doing anything, and it was pissing me off. And I was terrified. It was crazy.
That's awesome.
Like, and that's gonna be a demo for when the Sony VR comes out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, like they've already announced like that's gonna be.
Well,
a
they
thing.
should. That's horror
was
games are gonna be the only thing that's gonna really push them. I think.
Insane. I'm having flashbacks now. Just
I'm
thinking
pretty
about
sure.
it. My
Like
hands got all sweaty there for a second.
like everything you just said is exactly what I look for in a horror game. Survival.
Yes.
That's
Not
it. That's what I
this
want out of every
Resident
horror
Evil
game.
5 bullshit where you're running around,
Like
you're
that's
shooting.
That's fun, but it's not a horror
exactly.
game to me.
Don't
There
class it
needs
as
to be
an action
suspense.
game.
There needs
I
to
need
be
to be
just
like
silence, some creepy noise.
Silent
Sneaking
Hills.
around to go around the fucking
hiding,
corner.
like where the fuck can I find some ammo? I
Silent
can't get
Hills.
past this part.
You think you see something just run by you, and
PT.
you have no idea where it is.
PT.
Let's talk about PT for a
Can we
second.
just have a moment of silence for a game that was probably going to be absolutely phenomenal?
Praise Shuhei. Bring back PT. Amen.
Yeah.
Maybe. Shuhei.
One day.
One day. Please. We will end up doing a Let's Play of it. I know somebody that has PT installed on their PlayStation.
How?
Because they still have it. They never
It just-
deleted it.
I thought
it didn't
you,
automatically delete.
Okay.
So as long as you have it, you're good.
Okay, I thought you couldn't even play it anymore.
No, you can
if
play it as
had
long as you have it installed.
Okay, yeah, because mine's not
So-
installed and it makes me sad.
I plan on eventually somehow acquiring that PS4 and then making Chris play PT for the first time. Because he wants to play PT.
Yes.
It's the
Very,
most
very
fucked up
much
thing
so.
I've ever
That
seen.
was the first game in a long time that had made me jump out of my chair.
It made me jump, but it was more so just like the things that were happening were so immensely creepy,
Well,
and it looked amazing.
It was
so.
two different aspects of it. They had, the very unsettling atmosphere where that fucking baby, whatever it was, I'm going to call it a baby. It was a baby. It was crying and yelling, and you're like, what is happening? And then that scene where it's in a refrigerator and like the blood was leaking and like it's banging and it's moving everything.
Yeah.
Like, you're like, what is happening here? Like, that game would have been perfect for VR. Like, walking around like that.
Especially with that shadow just constantly just staring at you as you look down the hall.
Yeah, like, and then the first time freaking Lisa showed herself,
That was so creepy.
and it happens so differently for each person, which I can't understand. Like,
they
did that. Like, I wish I could, like, see the math that goes behind that game of what you have to do to encounter some of these things, because it's so random.
They put so many random events in it.
Like, it's ridiculous. Like, and then the fact that, like, it was
Thanks.
a puzzle game. It was a puzzle game on top of that, to where it's like, it knew what you were going to do.
Yeah.
And it played that horror to that, to where it's like, oh, why is this door only cracked open? Why can't I open this? And then you zoom in, boom, here comes Lisa.
Yeah, she
Scared the fuck out of me.
like the door's like cracked, and you're like, close the door, and you can't do anything with it. So
So
you
you
like you
zoom
go
in
around to look in the crack of the
to see
door,
what's happening.
and you get up close, and she like peeks her face and it closes the door.
Scared the hell out of me the
It's
first time
horrible.
that happened. I'm like, oh,
She like,
shit.
up, and the door slams.
And then, like, just the first time that she just kind of, like, you hear, like, the whine, and then you look around. I always tell this one, too, like, the radio kicked on, it's like, look behind you. And I'm like, okay. And I slowly looked behind me, and then nothing. I went, whew. And I turn around. She's in my face, and I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, shit. And I, like, jumped out of the chair. I'm like, oh. And I paused it. I'm like, I had to stop.
there are some moments where when you get further, if she doesn't kill you, there's like a phone that's on, and it's just sitting there, and you can hear like breathing and moaning and
Oh,
stuff
yeah.
off the phone, which means she's near, and there's a light behind you in the first hallway. So sometimes if you hear her, you walk down the hallway and you get in this perfect spot where you can see your shadow and the shadow of her behind you. There's nobody behind you, but every time you turn around, you can see her shadow, and she shakes like profusely, like,
Yeah, and then when she's
And, like-
outside that window.
and then she's outside the window, and it's
And then sometimes she's like up in the like that second floor.
Oh, yeah,
and you
like,
look up and like
there's-
she's right there. I'm
yeah.
like,
There's one time where a window falls down in the hallway, and you're like, what the?
And she's, like, right
she's
there.
standing there, like looking over the rails, like, and then she
and I'm like,
backs into the
yeah,
room.
and I go,
No.
oh nope,
No.
I go back in the hall.
She just like floats
Like-
back, like,
like oh nope, let's do another loop. Let's do another loop.
dude, it's horrible.
And that's the thing too with that game. I loved it because a lot of people hated this one version of it, but I loved Silent Hill for the room. just for the fact
That was a really good game.
like it was so cool. Like the room just changed. Like it was like you were stuck. And it's like
Claustrophobia, man.
like that was the whole thing. Like it was crazy. And then you had to jump in, and it was all this crazy shit. That big ass head.
yeah.
I don't remember even played that.
That one was one of the last
Good
true,
ones.
True.
It was
Silent
the
Hill
final
games.
good Silent
The one that
Hill
was
game.
actually made by Team Silent.
Yeah.
Yeah, Team Silent. Let's take a moment of silence for Team Silent. They need to start making other Silent Hill games. God damn you, Konami. Praise Shuhei. You gotta worship, Shuhei, man. You gotta get him to, just make this a Sony exclusive again. Just take it from Konami.
Yeah.
Can I say something real quick? Did you know we all have tiny mites living in our eyelashes?
Oh. All
My
right.
God.
What?
Thank you.
For those that didn't know, wait, Mites?
Mites.
Mites?
Mites.
Yeah, not Mikes.
That's what I first thought she said.
Are
Like,
they
Or
beneficial?
mice? Mites or mice?
Mite.
We have
M-I-T-E.
mice living.
M-I-T-E-S. The mites are in a symbiotic relation with our bodies. They eat particulates that are bad for our eyes and keep the lashes clean, while we give them a place to live.
Okay, so they're beneficial.
I want these gone.
I want them gone.
They have something I want.
Why I always have something in my eye.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah.
There needs to be another Silent Hill game.
Please. Please.
I need one. I need one.
give me a list of games of ones.
Are you saying there's one coming?
Huh?
I want Left 4 Dead 3.
What?
That's not happening.
Left 4 Dead 3.
I
One
think
day it will.
I think if
One
they're
day
gonna-
They
it will.
can't. They can't count to 3.
I think if they're going to do anything, it would be Fallout 3. It's got Fallout on the mind. I think it would be Left 4 Dead 3 if they're going to do anything.
Yeah, because they sure as hell can't do Half-Life 3.
That's not even going to be a topic. Just get on the internet.
Half-Life 3 confirmed just now. Just
There
kidding.
it is.
It's another hoax.
It's always another hoax.
Wow.
Gavin,
Half-Life hoax.
get off your Steam high horse and do
You make
Half-Life 3.
Whole
Really, he's
bunch
just
of
sitting in a
money.
notebook like, God damn, it's not right enough. Just sitting there.
That is
"That's
actually one of their
it."
arguments. He actually came out with a statement a couple years ago, and he's like, guys, we're not doing it because we all have good ideas, and every day it changes. And like, bullshit, just land on, continue the story. That's all you need to do.
It's called any developer can come up with something.
Like, I find that hard to believe
Just
that people keep
make
coming up with
it.
ideas and you keep scrapping them. Like, is nothing good enough?
I mean,
for you?
they sure as hell didn't do episode 3. Again, another 3.
Yeah.
There was supposed to be 3 episodes of the Half-Life 2 thing, and nope.
That's just the secret business plan. We don't know what 3 is.
I
Like,
don't know what 3 is.
well then, why the fuck would you announce there's gonna be an episode 3 of Half-Life 2 and then not deliver?
To fuck with your mind.
Like, oh, sorry, we're gonna work on Fall. That's because I think they had said that was gonna be incorporated into Half-Life 3, and then they're like disappeared back into the shadows. They were like Lisa. It's like, yeah, about episode 3.
No, it's like the Homer Simpson gif. It's like where he backs into the bush.
That's pretty much what happened.
Just put Gavin's face on that, and he's just,
Yeah, somebody needs to like just beam that. Just
please do
Just
that.
gi-
Somebody please do
just
that.
gift that. Just go. What about Half-Life 3?
Somebody please do that and put it in the comments. I will love you forever.